Hey guys, today is May 8th of 2019, and I just want to do a quick update of how I'm doing and uh, erection device post-op with Dr. Chen in San Francisco. So everything's going well, my healing's gone well. I talked about swelling on one side, and the swelling itself has gone down, but it still is, my phallus has kind of tweaked to the side. It's, and so that little swelling at the base is kind of like this, and it's scars. But when I squeeze it, there's no scar tissue buildup. It's just the scar of my base. So anyway, I just know that's the way it's going to be, and it doesn't bother me as long as I'm not, there's no bacteria infection in there. I'm good. It has given me a relief in many ways. Because the new rod is so much different than the old rod. And I don't know if any of you guys have experienced this that have the rod, but you couldn't you couldn't just touch my crotch with my shorts on or whatever, pants, and not feel the hardness, to where someone could accidentally hit me in the crotch or bump against me and they're not going to feel that bulging hardness. It's palatable. The skin is, you know, the 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 penis is palatable, so it's not just all hard. Mine before was all hard, and I think that kind of it wasn't swollen hard like when I first came out of surgery. Don't get me wrong, but I just was very conscientious about it. Again, it was at the very top of my base, so or penis. So when I would wear them down, it would buckle. There was no give. I mean, it would just. And this one is so much better. It's so much pliable in many ways. It's shorter, and maybe that's what he did is shortened it a little, because I've got about a half inch on the tip that uh, doesn't have the rod, to where the other rod you could see the tip of it, and he had told me that there was plenty of skin it wouldn't have rode through, but I think once he got in there and saw things that he did a better choice on this rod, and it could be that they just made it better than what they did 3 years ago. Excuse me. So I'm healing fine. I'm 5 weeks post op. The only thing I'm not doing is basically just I don't have a high cardio program. That's the only thing that limits me right now. They don't want you to get back to your cardio regimen until 8 weeks. And the only other thing that I can't do is ride my horse. So I got 3 more weeks, and but other than that, I'm back to all my activities. Laundry, vacuuming, cleaning the floors, all my domestic duties. I'm back to doing. I can bring my foot towards me now to apply my topical medication on it. Tony had to do that for the first 3 weeks. I felt I didn't want to buckle anything from past experience, so I'm able to do that now. And I've always been able to take a shower, but I'm just not. I can bend over now and not worry about things. I wear them totally different in my underwear now, and I want to give a little shout out for some underwear. So I still like the UFM. The problem is with my extra weight gain that I've done in the last couple years is that the fat in the thighs, it just starts rubbing me. Uh, it doesn't get like shaving, like blistery or rawness, but it does rub against me and bothers me, even with all the powder that I put on and stuff like that. So I've stayed away from the UFM, and that could be association with of having to put him to the right all the time, and this time I don't have to. So uh, yeah, so the UFMs I still do back up totally for any guys who are having problems keeping your junk in one area and want to keep it in front of you. The UFM pockets, you can place your junk in there and then tighten it up and it'll stay right in front of you. Mine was just too long, so it automatically went like that. So it automatically go like this. Uh, prior. So I took a chance, and I don't like to spend. I mean, the UFM underwear I think are $20 a piece. It may have gone up now, but the Buck Naked Duluth Buck Naked underwear, I keep seeing the advertisements and seeing the advertisements, and I get the catalogs and stuff in the mail, and I saw that they had some long sleeve shirts on sale, so I picked me up a couple because again the weight gain, I'm back to extra large in my shoulders, actually my gut. Um, I had gotten rid of all my extra larges, and I won't do that again. But I ordered a couple shirts, and then I went ahead and ordered a pair of underwear, and I love them. They have a big pocket. You stick it in the pocket, all your junk, and it stays right in that pocket. And the one thing, what I really like about them is the legs don't rise. They don't go up into your crotch. The jockey underwear that I really like, they do ride up into the crotch. Uh, so if any of you guys like the briefs, uh, boxer briefs style where you have longer legs on them, I suggest that if you've got some money and you can spend it, look at Duluth. I'll try to find out if I have the paperwork of what actually kind I bought. I'm not sure. I think they have different types, but I know that they I'm comfortable in them, and I don't. The main thing is that they don't ride up your leg. So anyway, check them out. Duluth, Duluth. They call it Buck Naked underwear. So anyway, as far as transition is concerned, I think in life we all want to just live our lives, and a lot of guys, once they get past a certain point, they don't really come on YouTube anymore and update, or a lot of that stuff. I still do because I still have things to share. And it has to do with being male now and being seen as male and living as male. So I choose to still engage conversation and put out my experiences. And just remember, guys, everything I talk about is my own experience. My ideology has to go along with my own experience. It has to go along with a lot of what I read. I do a lot of research on different things, and especially I have done a lot of research on health. Just because I was medically retired at the age of 45, and I look totally healthy, but it's in my feet, and people don't understand when they see me of what I go through in my feet. I'm always at a between a 1-10 scale. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is my feet goes into orthotics, shoes with orthotics. I never ever am barefooted except for in the shower. And I'm always about a 3 on a 10 scale in the first thing in the morning. It could be 5 depending on what I've done the day before. So when I do my projects and I ride my horse and I'm out shopping with Tony or whatever, I'm doing my mom's honeydews, uh, I pay the price. I really do. For example, I've been sharing that I've remodeled our front bathroom, which is the guest bathroom. And I talked to Dr. Chen and asked him exactly what could I do as far as physically. And I asked him about upper body strength. And his main concern was not to have your junk having free range where it would bounce around, and all that stuff. And I said, okay, I'm good on that. So our shower door came in. And it took me 4.5 hours. They did not, it was a custom fitted shower door, tub and shower door. So you got two doors sliding. Uh, I had to cut metal. It took me a half hour to cut through the top header, and I was pissed. But what can you do, really? I mean, anyway, back on that. It took me 4.5 hours, and that's with Tony's help of because I had to lift the doors. She couldn't do it, and I got a 1/4 inch thick glass, so they're really thick. I even dropped one corner and damaged the tub, but we got it done. But I was done for 2 days, and not just my feet, but just because of the surgery and being draining myself like that, depleting myself actually. uh, yeah, I was done for 2 days. So that's my life, kind of. So I have a lot of time to think and you know, file through things of experiences or what it is now. And I share these things on my videos. I maybe someone doesn't agree exactly with my thought process, and that's okay too. Everyone has one. But my main goal in life is to be a decent human being and to help others and to be available if someone needs help. Uh, I'm always there for my mom. I'm sensitive as far as because I'm a giver and I get a little butt hurt, you know, mainly with my family because some of them are takers or some of them just don't look at what they've done or said. So, anyway, let me just go real quick. I'm about 11 minutes, 12 minutes in. My family life is good as far as me being Ethan J. And my family calls me Jay. Uh, Pretty much, they talked about me past tense as Jay. They asked me a long time ago, how do they do that? And say, just refer to me as Jay. And you know what you're talking about. And it was me. So, you know, so they do, they're really good about it. Every once in a while, my mom will say she, and she's been catching herself. And I just say, well, the more time I spend around you, the more she I get. And I just make a joke out of it. At first, I was a little upset, like, really? Look at me. How can you say she when? So that goes to show me that sometimes they don't look at us physically. When they look at us, it's an experience. It's what they know about us back in the day. It's their experience with us prior to transitioning. And I don't even know the right word about it for it, but it's like your mother or your father. They've been with you since you were been born, and they refer to you as he or she since then. And so sometimes they're not looking at you as a person now. They're just going back into that referral that they've always referred you as. So I don't get hyper about that anymore. One of the things I'm learning to do is just not take things personal, even if they are, because what is it that you can actually do to change the situation or change the person that is insensitive towards you? What is it that you could do yourself to change them? I have found there is absolutely nothing as long as you're doing the best you can as a human being, because they're the ones that have the problem. So you can't force anything on them and you can't change them. So I'm learning to look at them as a person and just say, yeah, they're inconsiderate. Yeah, they could be a butthead. Whatever the situation is, I try to tell myself before getting butt hurt myself and get my feelings hurt, because I can be sensitive just because I'm a giving person. I'm a considerate person. And my whole goal in life, or not even goal, but my whole being in life has always been to look at the positive. I'm a natural, positive, optimistic person. And so I would never say no. Even to my enemy, I would help them if it need be. But anyway, so I'm learning those things and working on those things constantly. I'm going to get off here because it's about going on 15 minutes. I wanted to let you guys all know that everything's going good, and just keep getting better and better. All right, so you guys take it one day at a time. Always make your journey as simple as possible, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.